Limestone Journeys is one of the Heritage Lottery Fund's landscape partnerships, which are very exciting and ambitious partnership programmes that bring together traditionally projects that maybe have been dealt with separately. So things like outdoor conservation and protecting built heritage, but also bringing in people's stories, combining all those three strands into one story of really what makes an area special. One of the first things that we discovered was really just an opportunity for local groups to get together and to be able to talk to each other. Very quickly we discovered that they were obviously having a lot of the same problems, and it was just great for them to be in a room at the same time, to be able to discuss things that they'd tried, things that had worked, things that hadn't worked, and just bringing people together. Well, the Archaeological Way is a major project from Derbyshire County Council and the Bolsover Countryside Partnership to improve ways that people can get out and about in the countryside.
What we're actually doing is reclaiming old mineral lines. So the archaeological way that we're stood on today is the Langworth branch line. So it closed down in the 60s, 70s, and then we've just reclaimed this. We open it up for pedestrians, disabled people, horse riders and cyclists. We based Limestone Journeys on the fantastic timeline that we find in this area. This is one of the most complete timelines of anywhere in British Isles, going back to the Paleolithic and Mesolithic times.
Tim Colton, and I'm Treasurer of the Elmton Community Association, and I was responsible for raising the funding and project managing the restoration of this small barn where we are at the moment. Elmton is a village which the archaeologists will tell you it has evidence of 10,000 years of human occupation from prehistoric times. Almost every test pit the archaeologists dig up in the village, they will find 12th century pottery. Year on year it's been falling down, and in December 2013 a tree fell through the roof and we very nearly lost the building. So we decided as a village community it was time to do something about it. It was partly for the building conservation, but also Elmton's population of little owls nest in this building. We managed to get the vast majority of the funding was provided by Limestone Journeys, for which we are immensely grateful. Had we not had the Limestone Journeys funding to do what we've done, the building would almost certainly have collapsed within the next 12 months or so and would never have been repaired. So, you know, we have salvaged something that is now a usable facility.
My name's Andy Lakin, and I take a team of conservation volunteers out for the Limestone Journeys project. This will be my third year. Started out as a volunteer. I loved it because it's all around my area, around Sharborough where I live. Benji's my pet dog. He didn't like people or other dogs. He still don't like other dogs, but he's been coming out with volunteers, and I told him to leave him alone to start with, and he's just loved it now. He's become a bit of a mascot. It's all mainly seasonal work with this conservation. Through the winter we've been thinning Plesley pit wood out for the local community. Mainly hedge planting and hedge laying, restoring hedgerows. When it's hot in summer we've been doing dry and lime mortar walling, because that's the style of walling round here. I mean, we're all amateurs really, we're not walling qualified, so we've been on a couple of courses to see how it's done. Dry stone wall, they're all funny shapes and it takes a lot longer. We were doing it 2 summers and that's 80 odd metres length. But yeah, it's enjoyable. Talk of the devil. Come on, Benji. I'm talking about you. Getting on a bit now, 13, but he loves coming out with us.
Junction Arts are one of our main partners, and they have been with us right from the beginning and in putting the project together. And they have a strong background in giving people an opportunity to take part in art sessions and bringing in people to the area to show how a living can be made by being an artist. So in the development of the archaeological way, we realised that there was a possibility of getting people involved at places along the trail where we knew that artwork could go in. So particularly with the mural at Plesley, it was a major point on the trail and was very unloved and quite dishevelled and not a pleasant place to want to walk. So by involving the local school children, we were able to bring in a very experienced artist who got them all very involved in thinking about the journey through the limestone and in bringing in some of the symbols from that history.
I'm Ali Stoneman. I work for Junction Arts as an arts project coordinator. They did this absolutely fantastic mural that runs the whole length on both sides of the underpass, which kind of references the history, the geography, flora and fauna really, and the concept is a timeline map, and they actually use the River Meaden as the timeline, if you like. But we also have the bridge that goes over the A632 in Nether Langwith. There's a poet, Liz Cashton, who created a poem from words that came from the community. And there are metal panels that actually line the bridge on either side, and if you follow the words, you can read the poem as you walk down one side and then back up the other.
One of the things that we were hoping is by using the local children that they would have a sense that they'd created something special and the place would stay looked after. One of the things that came out of when we started the project was this was an area that was really underknown, and it's been the opportunity for local people to explore their own stories, but also to give them a stage to tell them nationally and regionally.